Like, you'll destroy anybody as long as you don't have to be in a hostage situation. And I don't like that language, but let's see how far they want to take that. Hopefully he's just, trying, I don't know, he's just saving face or whatever.
The left is saying that Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly and we're all abandoning Trump because his approval rating's down and we just want to support somebody popular. A lot of supported Obama if that was the case. No, we want someone that saves the country and the world. We want someone that reverses the leftist, globalist, satanic policies. I know I do. I mean, Tucker had total access, super big buds with the president, J.D. Vance, everybody, and was in there toe-to-toe fighting Netanyahu.
This is wild. On April 2nd, our military, the greatest and most powerful by far anywhere in the world, hasn't even started destroying what's left in Iran. Bridges next, which could be, like I said, a war crime, depending if it's used by mainly civilians. Then electrical power plants, which could be seen as a war crime if it's made by, well, it's most likely used by civilians. I'm just not even going to play stupid, okay? It is going to be most likely used by civilians, which is going to constitute it as a war crime. And then new regime change leadership knows what has to be done. And it has to be done fast. President Donald Trump. Well, Donald J. Trump. Yeah, bro. Like I said, it's not a really good look you out here saying that we're willing to destroy bridges, electrical power plants, and all this crazy stuff. Like, let's just stick to military targets.
In the last 14, 15 months to stop this. Tucker has done what he's done out of a feeling of responsibility. Not for clicks, not for access. Tucker isn't speaking out against the president because that's popular. Leftists don't buy anything. They don't buy your nicotine pouches. They don't buy your supplements. The left's not my audience. I'm not catering to them. I cater to the truth. I don't cater to, quote, right wing or anything. I just go, what's the most accurate thing? How do I get it right? And I say it. Damn, that's easy. They're the ones that are influencers. They're the ones that get paid to say what they say. And the totalitarians know they are pushing us over the cliff.
And I was calling it out. There's a lot of MAGA influencers that I know that aren't budging. Like, no matter how crazy this war gets, no matter how wrong it is, they're just continuing supporting Trump. And here's the thing. I get it. I get you supporting Trump. Okay, cool. But at least condemn this war. At least understand how this is not a make America great again. This is not America first. At least understand that. Because I get it. Not everybody wants to be like Sid and just ready to completely throw this man like out the window. Like, I understand. But you at least got to be able to say when Trump is wrong. And this is wrong, guys. And anybody trying to defend it, I mean, bro, stop being afraid of your audience and actually stand up for the truth. Because a lot of these MAGA guys are afraid of their audience and they're afraid of losing their support. So they're not going to say anything. And I mean, I'm be real with you. You are going to lose some of your audience. So I ain't going to lie to you. You are. But I mean, what? You going to stand on the truth or you doing this for money? Like, what you really doing it for? Because a lot of y'all are exposing yourselves. And that's fine. Look, I mean, it's true. I don't respect you, but hey, man, at least the MAGA guys do.
Sure. And I am trying to stop this. And Trump's presidency will be destroyed. They're going to hang him out to dry when this is over. He can still maybe turn back. I am doing all of this from a position of trying to save the country. As Trump heralds regime change, Iran leaders remain hardliners. There's one of two things. He's either completely in dementia, which we're starting to see signs of, or...
Yeah, bro, all leadership we've killed in Iran has been replaced with hardliners. Like, bro, we've taken out all the moderates. All the guys that was willing to work with the U.S. are pretty much like have been killed, bombed. And now we got a whole bunch of hardliners taking their place, and we're thinking that's regime change. It's like, are you serious?
Yeah, I think you have to understand like the cadre of leadership that we have now in that Iran has, I should say. Right? These were men that were raised in the Iran and Iraq war. It was 8 years of an attrition war. 400,000 of them killed. They were doing human wave attacks. They were the ones that were saying, we need to leverage the Strait of Hormuz. We need to use, might to get our way. And it was the former generation that was saying, let's be mindful. Let's work with the other side. Let's go with negotiations. And all all of those thoughts have been validated that, you know, we're not doing deals with them and we can't be trusted. So yeah,
the hardliners the hardliners done been validated. And that's the problem. And here's the thing, though, is like I said, we do play this, oh, well, Ron's done this, that, and the third to us. And I'm like, yeah, but it's a tit for tat game. We did a lot to them as well. So, and I mean, the Iran war is the Iraq war is kind of one of the best examples. We literally gave this man Saddam or helped him get chemical weapons to use against these guys. And they know we did that. So,
well, I mean, there's one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist. So, you know, saying that they're the world's largest sponsor of terrorism can only go so far, in my opinion. The other thing, just what Alex said, you know, some on the left, hardcore leftists might be saying, like, you know, the likes of Alex Jones and Tucker are trying to just follow clicks. I think they really believe in it. And I think what this shows is that there's a crazy 20%, 30% on either side of the political spectrum that will mindlessly follow your whatever political leader they have. And that's just like the state of affairs we have in our country.
Literally, yeah, we got our radicals on both sides, sadly. Like people that will go with whatever the left says, no matter how crazy it sounds. And then people who go whatever, well, sadly, it's MAGA, because whatever Trump says, no matter how crazy it sounds, no matter how backwards it is from the agenda he ran on, I mean, just don't matter. They're just gonna find a way to create excuses for the man. I'm just like, all right. I mean, you know, at a certain point, we're creating this monster. Like when the guy like him feels like he can't be held accountable through his polls, voters, or anything. I mean, this is who we create. I'm not saying that. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh, Trump hasn't always been this way. But let's just sit here in this. I mean, I would say let's sit here and try to come to the understanding that, you know, if we don't hold people accountable, they start to think that they can do whatever. So this is, in my opinion, what started to happen with Trump when he started seeing that, you know, more and more he turned away from his agenda, he started seeing people still following him. People were even covering up for him. And at that point, that's a guy you can't hold accountable because there's always going to be that radicalized group that's going to shield him from accountability. And now the whole America First agenda, or MAGA agenda, well, it's kind of being pushed out by, well, I guess the Israel Firsters or the Make Israel First Again agenda. Because it's obviously F us now. I mean, like I said, they pushed Tucker Carlson, Margie Taylor Greene, Candace Owens. All of them are gone now. And now we got the likes of Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro, and Laura Loomer, of all people, who got access to the fucking Pentagon press. Like, are we serious? Like this lady? But this is where we're at. And when I seen that, I'm not even gonna lie. That's why I started seeing the writing on the wall of things aren't going as planned and things might be looking pretty bad. When I started seeing the people, the personality start putting around him all of a sudden. Because I'm gonna be real with you, bro. If he'd have walked in with Mark Levin, Lindsey Graham, Ben Shapiro, Laura Loomer, bro, nobody would have voted for this man if that was the crew. Nobody. No, he walked in with Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Margie Taylor Greene, like the American Firsters, and then put all of us off to the side for these guys, and then wondering why we're pissed. But all right. I guess I'm just un-American, though, for just not supporting Trump, as they say. Or
no, Trump is a great salesman. I mean, I give credit where credit's due, and I was a salesperson in a former life, and I actually learned from him. Use like the same type of words he says and how he says it, and it works. And yeah, dude, it works. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, bro's brilliant at marketing. That's what I always said. It's like, look, if you want to call him a flawed businessman, I mean, that's a lie. His marketing skills is great, but. All right, let's get back to it, though.
Find us. Show host liberals, people with millions of viewers, are Alex Jones admits he's wrong. Alex Jones admits Trump was always bad, and he needs to come out and admit it's his fault.
I'm weak.
No, we got a lot of good things done with Trump and shut down a lot of your evil agendas. And did stop a lot of wars. And now we're horrified that Trump's going sideways like you. You guys are openly evil. Let's put that back up. Breaking now. Iran war updates. 1 American rescued from fighter jet down over Iran. Officials say the fate of a second airman shot down an F-15E warplane was unknown. It was the first time during the 5-week war that a U.S. warplane has been brought down over Iran.
And that was fun. That's what I was kind of like yelling at Sid about. I was like, bro, I mean, you want to call out Trump's atrocities, dog. We can call out Biden atrocities when it comes to conflicts as well. I mean, a whole genocide started under this man. And then I'm be real with you, the annexing of the West Bank proliferated under Trump. So, I mean, we can go across the board with it. Biden also got involved. What was it with the Houthis? He didn't do that too well. Afghanistan didn't do that too well. So, like I said, we're not picking and choosing here. We're just holding each side accountable. And like I said, when we voted for better foreign policy that we're not getting. And all he had to do was just stay the F out of the Middle East. That's all we asked for. But apparently that's acting too much.
Yeah, and I think the thing with Trump is that like now it's just so overt that it's just like out there in the open. To your earlier point, like where he got off of, he's doing a total 180 from what he said on his campaign trail. Biden did it behind the scenes, and he still kneeled to the same powers that Trump is now. But he did it, to the detriment of even his own political side, right? Like, if they would have came out against the war in Gaza, like that's part of like the Democratic autopsy of 2024 was Kamala should have come out very hard line against Israel, and she could have had a better opportunity to win. It cost them an election potentially.
I did see that as a losing point for them too. I'm like, you know what? If she did just condemn the genocide in Gaza, she would damn near have dominated the Muslim vote and a lot of the progressive vote as well. But for some reason, she like dropped the ball. Honestly, she'd have got some of the guys even in independents, because a lot of independents cared about that conflict as well. So yeah, the fact that she dropped the ball on that one was crazy. Then she left it for Trump to pick up, which was wild. Because remember,
isn't it so crazy that the same power structure is essentially bringing down both political parties in our country?
Yeah.
Like that's
so
wild,
bro. I love how you put it right there. Because it was the whole fact that under Biden, Israel did whatever the hell they wanted. It made Biden look bad, and now under Trump, bro, Israel literally dragged us into this war. Now it makes Trump look bad. And it's the same group. It's the same country. It's just like, well, that sucks. So what? We just can't escape the Israeli control, apparently. So, and if that's the case, then I'm going to be real with you. The next candidate that gets elected for the United States, they're going to have to run on sadly, an anti-Israel card. Or they're just gonna lose, because now we see that there's no escaping it, and the only way we could trust you is if you're pretty much proving it to our face that you're not influenced by Israel. Because I mean, bro, both of them got influenced by Israel and did whatever the hell Israel told them to do, and now look where we're at. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Sadly, it's a little bit worse under Trump, because I mean, at least Biden didn't let them drag them into a war. Biden just let a genocide go down. But hey, he didn't drag us into a war. Trump, he dragged us into a war, and the West Bank has been annexed. Oh yeah, and they're trying to annex southern Lebanon at the same time while dragging us into this war. So I'm be real with you, it is a bit more of a shit show right now with Trump. And here's the thing, due to the fact that he brought in more of that pro-Israel crowd, like Mark Levin, Lindsey Graham, Laura Loomer. If this is his crowd, no wonder we're here. But all right, let's get back to it.
Our Times reporting that. We'll continue to track that as it unfolds. So back to what I was saying. The left's like, what do you mean Trump's lying? He always lied. No, I know all the issues. I study them. It was such a fresh air the last 9-10 years where he would get something wrong sometimes in interpretation, but it was generally correct, almost always. Now you see it. It's like 5 or 6 different changing the story every day. And it's terrible. And the real pollsters have the proven best track record were the first to warn that Trump was going to kill his approval rating with all this stuff he's been doing months and months and months ago. The Epstein thing, all of it. So the left is saying that
Epstein files and affordability, which is really cooking Trump. I was just like, bro, just release all the Epstein files, unredacted, boom, you walk out a hero. But I don't know, maybe there's something in there now that the man's been playing so hesitant with it. And don't get into war with Iran and fix affordability. You'd have been good. He'd have been good. That's all he had to do. Release the Epstein files, fix affordability. You're done. You're about to go down as one of the greatest presidents ever. There you go. That's all he had to do, guys. Just stay on that path. And I'm gonna be real with you. My man Sid and Ham will have nothing to yell at me about. Nothing. But this man then gave these guys all the ammo in the world, and now I got to deal with these guys. Like, thanks, Scott. Thanks, Trump. Appreciate that.
Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly, and we're all abandoning Trump because his approval rating's down, and we just want to support somebody popular. Well, I would have supported Obama if that was the case. No, we want someone that saves the country and the world. We want someone that reverses the leftist, globalist, satanic policies. I know I do. I mean, Tucker had total access, super big buds with the president, J.D. Vance, everybody, and was in there toe-to-toe fighting Netanyahu in the last 14, 15 months to stop this. Tucker has done what he's done out of a feeling of responsibility, not for clicks, not for access. Tucker isn't speaking out against the president because that's popular. Leftists don't buy anything. They don't buy your nicotine pouches. They don't buy your supplements. The left's not my audience. I'm not catering to them. I cater to the truth. I don't cater to, quote, right wing or anything. I just go, what's the most accurate thing? How do I get it right? And I say it. Damn, that's easy. Literally. They're the ones that are influencers. They're the ones that get paid to say what they say. And by the way, it's on the right wing too. You know, coming up, there was huge criticism by the Salem Media Company. It's a powerful talk radio block and multimedia. They got some good hosts on there. I'm not going to say they're all baggers are on there, but they've been calling Carlson and saying he's a foreign agent, should be put in prison, a bunch of them. And it turns out that
I ain't gonna lie, the attack of Tucker Carlson and Joe Kent is just so obvious. It's like, so this is what y'all want. Y'all want to attack any anti-war voice, and you're damn near willing to put people in jail over it. And you're willing to call, you know, Army vets cowards and all this wild stuff just to keep pushing this pro-war agenda. It's like I said, that's where a lot of MAGA should wake up to this. I'm like, bro, they're calling veterans cowards, guys. I mean, what else do you need to hear? Like, bro, the guy with the most experience dealing with terrorism, head of counterterrorism, ex-CIA, and worked in special operations, and you guys don't want to take his word that this is a bad idea? Like, more qualified than anybody in the administration, and we're calling him the coward. We're calling him like, oh, he don't know nothing. He was left out of the briefings. Are you dumb? Bro, him being left out of the briefings doesn't say anything to the knowledge that he had. Him being left out of the briefings lets us know that the knowledge that he did had wasn't included in in Trump's analysis of the war or how this was going to play out.
Salem, I knew this 20 years ago, but specifically, and the director of it, and all of them are on huge contracts to the Israeli government. And Israel said 6 months ago, we're going to increase our funding in the U.S. in the 8-front war to pay for propaganda. So there they are calling Tucker a foreign agent. And they call me that and all this other ridiculous crap. And you're literally, Salem, and I've got all the documents here, is literally run by the Israeli government. And that's not a good thing. Talk about Russia involved in elections and all the rest of this. So that's where we are. And it is horrifying that that is happening and this is openly going on. And when I say this, people say, oh, you just care about money. What does that mean? The globalists know we're on the edge of bankruptcy as a country. They want us to go into the Great Reset like a third world country under their control. Trump has a great recovery plan that has a great shot of turning around, but not if you close the Strait of Hormuz, as we warned over a year ago, and now it's done it, and it's creating a shockwave that most economists think will already mess up Trump's recovery currently. But if it keeps going, for sure. It's about economic bondage. Economic freedom is about economic mobility. You know the old song, I owe my soul to company store. Whether you were a sharecropper in Alabama or East Texas, or whether you were in West Virginia, a coal miner, you had to live basically on a company-rented shack. You had to buy your food from the company store as part of your contract. so they could gouge you and everything else. And that's how they controlled you. It's slavery by another name. Indentured servitude. And so that's why, I'm worried about the money, about our country going bankrupt. And that's why with horror, I didn't want to criticize Trump too much. I mean, I'd say the bad stuff he was doing again was correct, because
and guys, you understand how crazy it is to be at like a record level debt at 39 on pretty much $40 trillion, right? Have a whole affordability problem throughout the US. And you go to war and ask a taxpayer for $200 billion more dollars, and not for infrastructure, not to create more jobs, but for war.
Well, Seth, that $200 billion they're trying to get through reconciliation, which is actually through the budget that's already been passed, which means cutting of other services that have been paid for. That comes from healthcare, infrastructure, etc. So, yeah, it's almost worse.
Yeah, and that goes into more my point. It's the complete walking back of the Make America Great Again proposals. Like, wow. So we're going to cut from, because you already know those rural hospitals, they still need funding. And sadly, that $55 billion wasn't enough. You know, we could have, I mean, if you were going to reallocate some money anywhere, you could have did it to that. But we're going to cut Medicaid. We're going to cut infrastructure and we already put major cuts to Medicaid. I'm be honest with you. And I'm be real. Yes, I was in agreement with them, but any further for something like this is like, bro, who's buying that? You're really gonna cut Medicaid for war? Like, not on the grounds of fraud or it being overbilled, and those are some valid arguments, and people can get down with that. But for war, no, I'm sorry, I can't co-sign that. I cannot. All right.
Looking at all the good stuff and saying, we've got to keep that going. It's night and day of the Democrats. But then when you launch a war on Iran, let Israel start it to drag us in, and then say, none of you are good, you're all traitors, tune into Mark Levin, he speaks for me. He is the example of what I am now, when he was a never-Trumper and all the other never-Trumpers. And they literally say, hey, Americans are supposed to die. It's what you signed up for. They're so nasty. And then I see obvious insider trading by his administration. And I've criticized Democrats for that ad nauseum. And I see, executive order protecting glyphosate and starting to block Kennedy, and Pam Bondi taking Florida out of the water and everything else. It goes on and on. And now starting to soften on the border. And I'm like, I don't like the change in course. As I've been saying for 8-9 months, and it gets worse and worse and worse. I'm like, okay, I've got to get really mad at Trump. I got to go on his ass, and I got to get my huge audience of activists who I know agree with me. The audience is wanting me to push harder, and I agree. Because letting Trump continue down this road is not good.
That's different. My audience kind of wants me to lighten up a little bit, but I can't. I got to kind of push a little bit harder, and hopefully, like I said, we see some changes. But apparently, I'm almost feel like I'm on an island by myself at my channel level at this point, because the other MAGA guys at my level, bro, it's war propaganda all the way through. There is no, bro. They're agreeing with everything that's going on. I mean, they're still talking about 30,000 protesters being killed in Iran. I'm just like, oh yeah, they're cooked. They're cooked. As soon as you saying that, I'm just like, yep, you're falling for the propaganda.
And then statements like, well, we can't help fund Medicare and Medicaid anymore. We got to worry about war. And then the new budget cuts a bunch of that because it's got to go to the war. And people are like, well, we should get rid of Medicare and Medicaid. It is communism. But you got to wean people off, and it's political death to do that. And if we're going to give trillions to these wars and crap, we can give billions to old people. And cut the illegal aliens off of it. But we got a bunch of people who don't know how to take care of themselves, or they're old and sick and disabled. We'll get to them last. We'll phase it out. We'll probably not. You don't cut that off. Plus, you lose the midterm saying that. And then you lose the whole thing to the Democrats that want to Cloward and Piven bankrupt us on purpose using that.
Yep.
Most reasonable thing Alex Jones has ever said.
Literally. I'm weak as hell. I mean, but like I said, bro, I was on that rant too. It's like, bro, people are not buying that crap, especially since it's for war. And I mean, like I said, all things we could use this for that Americans, even Republicans, agree that we need to fix affordability, we need to get better infrastructure. Yeah, we need to fix our healthcare system. Like, bro, we agree with that with the Dems too. We believe in going in a different direction, but we still agree that it needs to be tackled. And this is not handling it whatsoever. Actually, you're subtracting from it, and we're all just supposed to go along with this. I mean, bro,
this picture is crazy. This the general on the right, he's the general of chaplains, and Hegseth fired him. It's not they've never that position, that general's never been fired in history. Like, why?
Wow. I mean, bro, when they fired like 3 or 4 generals, bro. As soon as I seen that, I was like, yeah, things are going terribly.
But like the head of a chaplain, what is this? Like, what?
Like, what do you do? But all right, let's get back to it.
Yeah, Trump fired the head of the army and other generals. I mean, it's wild. All right, as I predicted 33 days ago, this war is going to go on for a long time. Iran is not giving up. And now they're getting ready to go into Krog Island. Floating hospitals, hovercraft, drone lasers, Trump force ready to land in Iran. And what regime has in store for them. We're going to be getting into that coming up. But I don't like calling Trump a liar. I have fought, I have paid, I have been through hell. And we've gotten so much done with him. But he's going sideways. Mm-hmm. And it'd be like a horse you had for 10 years. Your favorite horse, you're into horses, sweet horse, smart horse.
And one of the craziest things I started noticing too, though, bro's going from a populist to a corporatist. It was like, hold on, though. He's like, who are you working for? You're supposed to be for the people, and suddenly working for the corporation and banks at a certain point. It started to get a little bit like eerie. I'm just like, all right, now things is looking weird. And like I said, you went from populist to corporatist, and I'm just like, okay, like maybe you listen a little bit too much to that. What's her name? Susan
Wiles or whatever.
Yeah, Susie Wiles. Yeah. You listen too much to this lady.
Well, so I think it was all the sale, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, you get to be a billionaire and a real estate tycoon by having connections. I think he's always been a corporatist, to be honest with you.
Makes sense. Makes sense, to be honest with you. Yeah, that makes sense. The problem is we were thinking that he was going to take that, him being a corporatist, or we was hoping he was being an ex-corporatist turned into a populist. That's what we thought Trump was. But like I said, he comes in and shows out to be a straight out corporatist. We thought he was a populist with the tariffs and all that good stuff. And then all of a sudden, this man started talking about, 50-year loans, sending banks. Oh yeah, we're about to start getting back creditors' money. So what was it? During affordability problem, he was talking about allowing creditors to start dipping into people's paychecks and all that. And I was just like, whoa, bro. We still have an affordability crisis. And you're talking about letting creditors go rampant?
Well, to me, I think like the most it was the easiest way to see it was with the whole ballroom, where it was just, all right, companies just give us money to build this. And like, that was just, to me, all in all,
Bro,
corruption.
Going over budget. Like, what did he raise? Like $300 million, and now it's supposed to be totaling like $400 million plus, for some reason, an underground bunker. Like, what? Underground military bunker they said they're going to put under that ballroom. And I'm just like, yeah, like what are we doing here now? Like, what is going on? And here's the thing, I had no problem with us having a ballroom, none at all. But then when I heard about the underground bunker, I'm like, all right, like, what is this really for? What type of hidden agenda bullshit is this? But all right, let's get back to
horse, fun horse, feed it carrots, feed it apples. And then one day you're sitting there brushing it, and the horse just turns around and bites you right on the nose and bites half your nose off. Horses do that. And you're just sitting there, blood pouring out. You don't kill the horse, you just sell it. Well, Trump's an important horse because he can destroy the world.
I mean,
and so he just basically bit us for no reason. And we all know it's a terrible idea. I mean, we got polls out, 84% of Americans don't want ground troops. All these famous right-wing hawks that are smart, that actually have been in combat, say don't do it. Like the chairman of the Joint Chiefs and Eric Prince. And now they just relieved the head of the army and these other generals. We don't know why. I would imagine it's because they told Trump, we do not want to go into Iran. Let us explain it to you. But Trump continues to say they're trying to give up. Trump continues to say that they're going to make a deal. And then every time they try to meet, the Israelis blow them up. Happened again yesterday. And the Iranians are like, we're not meeting with you anymore. We're mobilizing your full war. We're keeping the Strait of Hormuz closed. Take your bases and leave. Give us $500 billion or we close it. And keep it closed. And Trump says, oh, it'll be open soon. Or then he says, no, actually, we don't care if it stays closed. It's up to all you other governments to fix it. It's your problem when Israel started it and drug us into it. And Israel won't even say they're going to help us with ground troops.
Yeah. Which was crazy, but I remember I was reacting to that debate on PBD, and it was funny because PBD and Adam, well, not Adam, but Vinny was on the right side of that argument for once in a while. But it was on the right side of argument of like, yo, why are we over here heading into Iran, boots on the ground, and Israel's not, and they dragged us into this. And if anything, Iran's more of an existential threat to Israel, so you would think they'd be a little bit more all in than we are. But instead, they're over here on their little side quest in southern Lebanon, trying to annex southern Lebanon, while we're over here trying to take out Iran. Like, what? Like, yeah, maybe Israel need to put a little bit more skin in the game, and that might make them actually back off some of their endeavors. Because, I mean, apparently they're trying to do everything. Attack Iran, attack Lebanon, and shoot, they might even try to start attacking Yemen because the Houthis are firing at them.
But then the talking heads of Israel call myself and Tucker Carlson and others traitors and scum and Nazis, and Joe Kent's the leader of a white supremacist coup because he's against the ground war. What's he know? 11 combat tours, highly decorated, CIA commando, head of counterterrorism. And what is that? I mean, it's like, next we're going to ask Tom Brady how to throw a football. Who do you think you are, Tom Brady? Tom Brady? What's he going to do next? Ask Beethoven how to write symphony? Huh. So, as Trump heralds regime change, Iran's leaders remain hardliners. U.S. intelligence assesses Iran maintains significant missile launching capability, sources say. Well, do we need U.S. intelligence to tell us that?
Nah, that's what I said too when I first read the memo. I was just like, be honest with you, I kind of can see that for myself. Iran has consistently been firing missiles off, even though every time I see Trump and Hegseth, they're talking about we've destroyed 90% of their missile capability. I'm just like, are you sure, bro? Because they just fired a rocket maybe like, I don't know, a couple hours ago. And then they say it again. And then you know what Iran does? Fire another rocket into Israel or one of the other Middle Eastern countries that's housing one of our U.S. bases. So you sure about that, bro? Because what I'm seeing, what you're saying, just not matching up. It's funny how he put that. Go ahead.
Iran literally trolls like Trump and Hegseth when they make announcements like that. If they say something that they really don't like, they'll just lob a ballistic missile at Israel. It's really crazy.
Have you seen the Lego AI propaganda videos they re-released?
Oh yeah, it's great.
Not for all this.
Or like the AI rap videos that they make.
Oh my goodness, man. You know what? I dare play one? Why not? I'm pretty sure I got one right here. Hold on.
Just dropped specifically for Pete Keg's breath.
Yo, Pete Hexif, this one's specially for you. You punk ass rapist, bitch. Straight with you. Tattoo covered clown with that cafe ink on your arm. Think you a crusader? Nah, just a drunk infidel in the fake uniform. Chain to kill all Muslims. Wasted in the hotel lobby. Sexual assault settlement in Monterey. Blocked the door, took a phone, paid her off quiet, cause Me Too was on. Now you secretary? What a joke, bro. Cheated on wives, multiple affairs, kids in the mix, family man, hell no. Handsy with women at Fox, drunk on the job, your own team say, yo, this dude toxic. Couldn't even guard Biden's inauguration, your own military said next. Book called American Crusade, dreaming holy war, but reality check. You just a failed vet, turned TV clown, slipping on your own mess. Trump picked you cause you kissed the ring, but wait, funny part ain't coming. The dude you sucking up for that secretary gig, Trump himself was Bill Clinton's top cocksucker, giving blue jobs back missiles max 2,000 kilometers. Cute, rookie mistake. We hitting the bow, worshiping Epstein Island crew, the ones who hurt the kids. Revenge for every American soul you and Trump's dirty crew oppressed and did. We taking payback for the girls you broke, the wives you broke, the Muslims you hate. Every victim screaming in the dark. Iran got you on the play. You threw everything at us, all your cards, all your might. We still operating on 10% power, laughing while you fight. We see everything, know every secret, every dirty Epstein link you hide. Where you least expected, in the shadows we ride, and no place to slide. This ain't full force, just a warm up. Persian flow with the wrath. Pete, you done roasted raw. Iran sending this heat. Feel the math. Drop the mic. Infidel clown. We coming.
Like, bro, who gave these guys AI, man?
That was like one of the best AI songs I've ever heard, actually. It's so
like,
crazy.
bro, like, bro, this is not